come up with that dog shit pick. What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Jimnasium live for the first time, and I don't remember how fucking long. It's me, XFL Jim, joined by my co-host, my illustrious co-host, Chase, the Wolf of Oaklawn, Lupine Fiasco, Sessoms. What's up, baby?
Great weekend of football. That's what's up.
Fucking great weekend of football. It was, man, week 2 of college football in particular was extremely entertaining, to say the least.
Extremely. Yours a little bit heartbreaking, but then with like a little bit of good news.
We celebrate now.
That's right.
Scott Frost is gone. He's done.
Right.
Mickey Joseph will lead us now to hopefully a 6-6 season. That would be tremendous. And we'll see who we get as a head coach.
I'll tell you what. Anytime that you can, $8 million well spent is all I got to say. $8 million well spent to get rid of him right then.
It's an extra 8 on top of it. So the total
I know.
Yeah, the total's 15. It's
It's okay. I think it's worth it, quite honestly.
I think it's dumb, but from the grapevine I've heard, it seems like Scott Frost was still very much loved by a lot of the boosters, and he was very friendly with a lot of them, just like personably. So they wanted to do something nice for him and on his way out and give him a little parachute, I guess.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with the golden parachute, especially when you're sucking that bad.
I like to think that Scott Frost went to the hustlers school for how to hustle and tanked the start of the season so that he could get more money.
So it's just like
he knew, especially after like the Northwestern game, he probably knew he was fired, and then he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna tank now. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna get really close to losing an FCS game, and then I'm gonna lose straight up to Georgia Southern. They'll just get rid of me before the buyout has to drop.
So just like a long con, the sting kind of thing.
Yeah, it was just the long con happened. We didn't give up the most yards in Nebraska history though, so there's a plus there. Oklahoma in like 55 still owns that record.
I heard the stat that you guys were something like 300-0. When you were leading
like
at
200. It was 241-0 at home while at least scoring 35 points.
Yeah. Eesh.
Now we're 241-1.
I'll be honest. I kind of figured that you guys were going to miss the kick and not, even make Georgia Southern have to score a touchdown late. That's kind of how I thought it was going to go down.
It only goes down in the most painful way possible.
Yeah.
That's how Nebraska games go. So Scott Frost finishes his career at Nebraska 5-23 in one-score games after losing 10 in a row.
Jesus Christ.
You think that's like a valiant stat, but when you're in a bunch of one-score games, that means not only are you competitive with teams who are way better than you, you're letting teams who you're supposed to blow out by 2 or 3 scores hang around every time.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You son of a bitch, you're dead to us.
Now I get to opine on which coaches I'm looking forward to, and I have a top 5, I think.
That's a fun version of Jim to be doing a show with. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm looking forward to these because I think it's going to be very mercurial. This list of top 5 coaches.
I'm going to list them out right here. It'd be very funny if Urban Meyer came. He's not in the top 5, but it would be objectively funny.
Sure. Yes, it would.
Matt Campbell would love it.
Okay.
These are realistic. I'm sorry. Like these are.
Okay.
I want Matt Campbell.
Okay.
Chris Kleiman for Kansas State on the list. Lance Leipold for Kansas on the list.
Okay.
Jamie Chadwell from Coastal Carolina on the list.
That's a good one.
I would love Jamie Chadwell.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I heard some people throwing around like Mark Stoops, but I don't think he would leave.
I'm not sure he would leave the SEC.
Like the only time he would leave a job like you're leaving a job like Kentucky that you built up to this stable program where you're the winningest coach in the school's history now.
Well, you'd be jumping from a bottom tier SEC team to like a mid tier Big 12 team, or sorry, Big 10 team.
I'd call Kentucky mid-tier.
But
you're like jumping from this stable situation into like another
10.
rebuild.
Yeah, probably.
So like, why would you leave a situation that you just spent getting stable to just start another rebuild?
That's a good question.
If it wasn't the SEC, that'd be one thing, but you're making just as much money, like TV-wise, as a conference as the Big Ten. Like, the reason I would say like Matt Campbell, Kleiman, or Leipold would jump
is because they're coming out of the Big 12. Yeah,
exactly. And the Big Ten and SEC make so much more money.
True, and it's about to be a Texas and Oklahoma-less Big 12. So, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so I like Leipold just because I liked what he did at Buffalo a lot, and then Wisconsin Whitewater. And it's dumb, and I don't feel like bringing it up, but he does have some connection to the program. He was like a grad assistant back in the day.
Okay.
So, whatever.
I like your list. I will say it. I like your list.
Thank you. That's all.
Notably missing Bear Bryant. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I mean, it'd be funny. Like, how much money would it take to like back up to Nick Saban and just like say fuck it?
All the money in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll call up Buffett. We'll call up Warren Buffett.
That's a good point. He is a fan of the program.
Well, I say, okay, so I have a theory. It's not, so like Scott Frost was not the issue at Nebraska. Nebraska's the issue at Nebraska. We had like a gypsy curse put on us as a program when we got rid of Frank Solich.
Okay.
So my take is, instead of Mickey Joseph being the interim head coach, bring back Solich as an interim.
And let him break the...
And let him finish out the season. Take us to a bowl game. And finish out his career with a win.
And then the curse is broken in your national.
And then we kill him. And then we kill him on the field. We have to sacrifice him.
Okay. Well,
blood sacrifice is given.
That's generally how curses are ended.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you're squeamish, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's how it works.
And then once Tom Osborne dies, we kind of treat him like Vladimir Lenin and mummify his corpse and put him
clear glass casket.
Clear glass case, and you put him below Memorial Stadium, but you dig like a room so people could still come and see him.
The issue you run into there is, will your rivals then steal the mummified corpse of Tom Osborne before rivalry games?
Oh, armed guards 24/7.
24/7, okay.
24/7 armed guards.
Makes sense. I mean, you can get around those. I'm just saying.
We'll have Lil Red patrolling the field and the area.
Hit you with a big foam piece of corn. You thief.
Yeah, he'll tear.
You grave snatching bastards.
Lil Red and Purdue Pete probably get together and do some weird fucking shit.
Weird stuff with that corn cob.
You want to talk the rest of week 2 because this slate was so fucking awesome. I'm gonna go game by game, some fun games. I just wanted to mention Wake Forest 45, Vanderbilt 25. Sam Hartman back from his blood clot stuff. He looked fantastic. Yeah, 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Mwah.
Yeah, big cover for me with Wake Forest.
Big cover for me too. Big over for me. That was a really good game. I'm just a big Sam Hartman guy.
I'm in the position of I need just one more win for Vanderbilt to hit their over 2.5 for the season, and I don't know where I'm going to get it from.
Oh, I don't know where. You know what? Let's take a look. While we're already here, I can look at Vanderbilt's schedule. We can see. We'll play Find the Win. Find the win for the Vanderbilt Commodores. So they have Hawaii already done and Elon already done. Your best bet's probably next week against Northern Illinois.
That's probably it. I need them to beat.
You need them to beat the Huskies. It's at NIU.
Bruce and the Huskies. IU. Oh, man. This is going to be tough. But that's the game, probably.
I would say, other than that, it's Missouri. But you play Missouri as a back-to-back road game after playing Georgia.
Yeah, and you're going to feel playing Georgia for a couple weeks.
So that's rough. Or it's going to be South Carolina off the bye week.
Okay, so there are more than one chance. But there's only one realistic chance.
They have 3 chances. But I would say like Missouri and at least South Carolina. I saw Missouri firsthand this Saturday. They were disgusting. They're terrible. I think South Carolina is actually a fairly all right team. This next week is their best shot for Vanderbilt.
Okay, let's go.
You better be rooting for them. Miami, Florida 30, Southern Miss 7. I always want to shout out Southern Miss just for running the Wildcat with Frank Gore's kid.
Yeah, I got on the right side of USM plus 26, and then I even caught him plus 24 for plus money. So yeah, that was a
you were sweating that plus 24.
Yeah, I was.
Arkansas 44, South Carolina 30.
Handle business.
Your running back is good.
Rocket, yeah. Rocket's good. KJ's good. I also really liked the review of KJ holding out the ball. Was it a fumble, fumble out of the end zone or not? And we got to put the manicure and the clear coat on full display for the country.
It looked pretty. It was really good looking.
Who's the crazy one now, people? That's all I gotta say.
It all came down to
self-care, you fucking slobs.
Arkansas marches on. Woo Pig Suey.
Yep.
UTSA 41, Army 38. Meet motherfuckers. UTSA still really good.
Yeah, did it in overtime too. They could have won it in regulation.
I don't think they want to. That's 2 overtimes in a row for UTSA. I think that might just be who they are.
Yeah, it's just where the meeping starts meeping the most.
Alabama 20, Texas 19.
Shocker.
Big shocker. Quinn Ewers goes down early in the first quarter. Another shoulder injury, out for like 4 weeks. Alabama just loves injuring Texas quarterbacks. As a Texas fan, you're almost more upset with this outcome because you probably should have won.
Yeah, but hey, fuck them.
Yeah, I can't feel too bad. Like that safety no call was pretty egregious, but fuck Texas. So
Yep.
Duke 31, Northwestern 23. Is Duke decent or?
As someone who felt like they picked Duke for a fair amount of games this year, I'll say maybe they're decent.
They might be decent. I was thinking Northwestern was pretty good. I think Nebraska's just really, really bad.
It might be the case, yeah.
Yeah. Kansas State 40, Missouri 12. Like I said, this was an embarrassing
Missouri's
stomp.
bad.
Missouri
really bad.
Also only got to 12 because of a last-second, give-me touchdown in garbage time. Kansas State's defense owned this game. 4 interceptions, a bajillion turnovers. Yeah. We still know nothing about Adrian Martinez at K-State. He has had to do nothing for 2 games.
Yeah.
So, still no idea. No idea. South Alabama 38, Central Michigan 24. This would hurt.
Yeah. It hurts the chip pride. I know you're a USA guy, but you're more a directional Mich guy.
I'm more directional.
Had to sting.
This one did sting because it's probably not even the best team in that division in the Sun Belt, beating maybe the best team in the MAC.
Right.
And making it look easy. This is the year of the Sun Belt.
Be careful scheduling Sun Belt teams at the beginning of the year from now on. I just got to say.
I would say just remember, don't schedule Sun Belt teams. They're amazing.
They'll be moving to 8-game seasons now because no one's going to schedule them in the non-conference.
Western Michigan 37, Ball State 30. They can at least beat other MAC teams. That's the only important part. They just have to win the conference, baby.
Carrying the mantle. Way to go, Western Mich.
Temple 30, Lafayette 14. This was a game for most of it. Temple got lucky.
Cover by the hook right here with Lafayette. And they had they gave up the safety at the end that made it sweat worthy too.
Temple's real bad. Marshall 26, Notre Dame 21. We are Marshall today.
Yeah.
They looked better. They looked more dominant than Notre Dame.
The wife left in the third quarter. She's like, "Fuck, I'm going to Dollar Tree right now. I gotta thriftily shop these troubles out of my system." And she came back. She's like, "Did we lose?" I was like, "Yeah."
First Notre Dame coach to start 0-3 in games.
Legitimately hate to see it because I don't know, just the speech that Marcus Freeman made after he got the job.
I'm gonna say there's an asterisk behind those 3 though. Bowl game against a potential playoff team in Oklahoma State, and then Ohio State. Asterisk.
Yeah, but then Marshall, and then you lose the quarterback for 4 months.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
If you lose next week, you're maybe already on the hot seat already.
Maybe already on the hot seat. Yeah.
Yikes! Notre Dame not in a great spot. Memphis 37, Navy 13. Navy is just bad, and they've been bad for the last 3 or 4 years. I don't know what more Ken Niumatalolo could do there. I think he's run his course. Maybe.
I think he might if he doesn't right the ship this season, at least make a bowl game. I think he's probably done.
He might be tapped out. I don't know if he's probably not fired, but I don't know. It's weird because you see the other service academies doing it, being decent, and I don't know what is stopping Navy. It feels like they're still doing the same thing, and they're getting out talented.
Maybe the problem is the U.S. Navy itself. Like, no one just wants to be in the Navy anymore.
Could be. Everyone's going Army and Air Force.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. Tennessee 34, Pitt 27. Pitt just won't go away. Like, they will claw back in games and make them games, and they're very fun.
Yeah, big win for Tennessee. Huge win for Tennessee.
Tennessee has a legitimately good offense.
Yeah,
they are good. I'm excited for like a Tennessee, Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida to see who's going to like eventually lose to Georgia and finish second in that division.
That's a good call. Yeah.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time. I know Eric has Tennessee. He has a long shot. He has a 10-1 ticket on Tennessee winning the East.
I'd take the shot. Why not?
I'll take the shot. Out of all the other teams, I like their offense enough to do it.
Yeah.
App State 17, Texas A&M 14. This was cathartic.
Hate to see it. Love to hate to see it.
Another game where like App State just looked the better team the entire game.
Yeah.
Texas A&M doesn't have an offense.
I wonder how many sports gamblers did the same thing or thought the same thing I thought, which was, okay, they snuck up on North Carolina and gave them a game. There's no way that Texas A&M lets them sneak up on them, but I don't think it's an issue of sneaking anymore. I think it's just an issue of they're pretty fucking good.
I think they're good. I think App State's just good. And I think Texas A&M, year in and year out, Texas A&M is propped up as this like good school, like a great school that like a potential playoff team. And what do? They win 8 to 9 games.
8-4. They're perpetually 8-4. I think they'll perpetually be 8-4 this year as well.
Yeah, they're gonna be 8-4. Jimbo Fisher has won less games than Kevin Sumlin has in the same amount of time.
And that's because Kevin Sumlin had one good season and then was 8-4 the rest of the time.
Kevin Sumlin got lucky that he got Johnny Manziel. So
yes,
like Texas A&M, I don't get where they get this like this ego from.
It all comes off of recruiting rankings, and they've like considering how highly the recruiting classes have been, they have done the least with it.
I can think of very few schools comparatively that have done less with more.
Exactly.
Them in Texas really come to mind.
Them in Texas, yes, hands down.
Like just. God, I hate them so much. When was the last time they won anything? Fuck them. Maryland 56, Charlotte 21. Early season Maryland versus maybe the worst team in college football.
Problem solved. Problem staying solved.
Yep, Charlotte. We were really hoping the Clit could do it, but it's not looking good.
No, it's a numb Clit.
Washington State 17, Wisconsin 14.
I thought about playing this one.
I thought about playing this too.
Yeah. Wisconsin is bad. They should not have been ranked. When I saw they were down by like a touchdown with 13 minutes left, I was like, I don't think that they have the offensive, the high octane offense to score in the next 13 minutes.
Big Ten West, maybe the worst division in Power 5.
It's up there, especially with Iowa being as bad as they are.
Iowa legitimately has like one of the worst offenses I've ever seen. Their defense is great. Iowa's defense is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That offense is terrible to watch. I think they might be. Yeah, Spencer Petras is bad. I think through 2 games, 300 yards total.
Yeah. So I saw that they had scored 7 points, and I asked SGPN contributor J Mark, who is an Iowa fan. I was
week 1.
Yeah, I was like, hey, J Mark, I see they scored 7. Is that a touchdown or is that an Iowa touchdown? He's like, legitimate question, actual touchdown.
So through 2 games, Iowa has scored 14 points with 1 touchdown.
Yeah, that's a fun stat. Fun with statistics.
They are terrible. Speaking of which, Iowa 7, Iowa State 10. Matt Campbell finally got this hump off his back. This is his first time beating Iowa.
Yeah, look at that Cyhawk champion. Add that to his name.
God dang, good
it's like
on
being a doctor. It's like every time you address me, you have to say Dr. Campbell. No, every time you address him, you have to say Cyhawk winner, Matt Campbell.
It's true. Illinois 24, Virginia 3. I was wrong on Virginia. I thought they were going to be better. They're terrible.
No Rocky Dickin balls.
Yeah, so just fade Virginia. Illinois, they're interesting. I don't know what...
They will be a Brett Bielema mediocre team. They'll win.
They should be 3-0.
They'll win 6 or 7 games this season. They'll go to a low tier bowl game.
They should be 3-0.
Probably, yeah.
Interesting.
But
Texas Tech 30, Houston. Texas Tech 33, Houston 30.
this hurt. This hurt.
This one did hurt.
Yeah,
We were both pretty heavily on Houston. Not just in this game, but like as a season, we were both way higher on Houston.
Yeah, I mean it hurts some open Heisman tickets. With
It does, but those 150 to 1, and with Sam Hartman back, I could be okay. If Sam Hartman like balls out, I might be okay.
True.
Houston in any danger next week against Kansas?
I think anyone's in danger with Kansas right now.
Watch out for Kansas.
Kansas is playing good football. I mean Houston can be so dynamic in the from the skill position point of view with like Tank Bell and Clayton Tune and everything that I think they're hard to beat. But I wouldn't put it past Kansas to get a sneaky dub.
I would expect another overtime game with Houston. Speaking of which, Kansas 55, West Virginia 42. I think this is a combo of West Virginia really bad, Kansas way better than we assumed.
Yeah, but you can't take the shine off this victory because it still happened in Morgantown.
Kansas's first road conference win in I don't know how fucking long.
Lance Leopold is doing he's jumping the hurdles that you expect him to jump each season. There was can they win more than 2 games? Got that. Can they beat a Big 12 team on the road? Got that. It's just the program is progressing like the program should.
I am worried that I'm going to have to sweat out mine and Eric's bet of Kansas making a bowl game.
You might.
That
could come down to the very last week.
I really don't feel like eating all the ingredients to a key lime pie if I'm being 100%. And I also don't feel like going to whatever bowl game that Kansas is going to go to. Because we have to go.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, boy.
Have fun in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's true. Eastern Kentucky 59, Bowling Green 57. Bowling Green still really, really, really bad.
Still really bad. Not much else to say.
Michigan State 52, Akron 0. Akron
Michigan
also.
State. Yeah, but Michigan State, pretty good.
Michigan State, way better than I thought they'd be. Cal 20, UNLV 14.
I had Cal here. I had UNLV here. Oh, bastards.
Yeah, Cal just loves playing close games with worse opponents. That's what they do.
UNLV is a little bit better than last season, too.
They are also better. UNLV is also better. Libibity 21, UAB 14. I think we were kind of sleeping on Libibity. They could still be good.
I was on UAB -6. Maybe Libibity is a little bit good, and we got them on the Razorback schedule late in the season, so we'll see.
I don't know if they're that good, but
yeah.
they're good. Holy Cross 37, Buffalo 31, and all the madness, this game got kind of glossed over. What a Hail Mary to end the game.
Holy shit, Holy Cross. They said their Hail Marys before this game to get that one home, I think.
That was awesome. That was fucking beautiful. Coastal Carolina 31, Gardner Webb 27.
Well, that's a little bit closer than you would expect, but W's a W.
Hey, win your clunkers. Win your fucking clunkers. What are the ones we got here? Ole Miss Central Arkansas, that's nothing. Oh, ULL, Louisiana 49, Eastern Michigan 21.
Eastern Michigan jumped up 14-0, and then there was an extended delay. Extended delays are just terrible.
Yep.
For teams who are in the lead. It seems like they just either go to sleep or the other team has so much time to make adjustments that it just never goes well if you're in the lead coming out of a delay.
It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Syracuse 48, UConn 14. Q's could be good. I think Q's might be good.
I think they are. I think they are.
I think the Orange might be good. I'm very happy
as someone who had UConn to cover, I think they might be pretty good.
Oklahoma 33, Kent State 3. Little deceiving of a score. This was a dogfight going into the half.
Yeah, it was
and then Oklahoma pulled away
7-3 at half, I think. I don't know. It's hard to know what to make of this Brent Venables Oklahoma team, isn't it?
I think they're good-ish, but not like.
I don't think it's right to expect the same sort of just prolific scoring offenses out of a Brent Venables team with him being such a defensive coach.
No, I would like Jeff Levy is a really good offensive coordinator, but I wouldn't expect what Lincoln Riley had there.
Especially year one.
Especially year one. I'm interested to see what Oklahoma's defense. Well, I'm just going to flat out say it. They come up to Lincoln next week. I'm going to be at the game. I'm taking the over in every Nebraska game for the rest of the year. Yeah. So I'm excited to see how this Oklahoma-Nebraska
until they take those black shirts away.
They already have. I would imagine. I hope they haven't given them out. Auburn 24, San Jose State 16.
Almost got him.
As soon as one Nick Starkel left. San Jose State's good.
I don't want to say that I'm a genius, but I'm telling you, it was Nick Starkel that was holding them back the entire time.
Oh, I've also seen some people say Brian Harsin should go to Nebraska.
Oh, that's got to make you feel great.
Which is like, you know what? He was really good at Boise State. I think he'd fit better at Nebraska than he would Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn boosters are insane. They are insane with what they expect. But also, I don't know. If Brian Harsin couldn't handle the pressure of Auburn boosters, I mean, it's not like Nebraska boosters are like laissez-faire.
That's fair, but Auburn is like, it's unique in how weird and crazy.
Yeah, the boosters are probably mad that he's not cheating enough, or they're not cheating enough. Either way,
probably. Oklahoma State 34, Arizona State 17. This is kind of like a bounce back spot for Oklahoma State's defense, I think.
Yeah,
looked good.
Yeah, if they can play the defense that they played last year, it'd be a pretty good team.
Michigan 56, Hawaii 10. Hawaii covered.
There we go. Still really bad.
Still really, really bad, and I think Michigan has their quarterback. I think it's J.J. McCarthy.
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
which one? BYU 26, Baylor 20. This game was awesome.
It was. I was all over BYU just because team going west out into the mountains. It's hard to do. It's the same reason why I was on Mississippi State against Arizona. Or sorry, I was on Arizona against Mississippi State. That one just didn't come to fruition because Arizona is bad.
I think Arizona's a little bit feisty. I think Mississippi State, like, they just have SEC defensive linemen that Arizona just can't really do anything against.
Fair.
What was I saw BYU was, who are they playing this week? Oregon. It's BYU, Oregon. Oregon's 3.5-point favorites. Who are you taking?
BYU.
Yeah, right there. Boom. Thank you. Thank God. We're on the
hands
same page
down.
Here. Oregon State 35, Fresno State 32. I think Oregon State's good.
Oregon State is okay. Yes, I think that they are good. However, I still expected Fresno State to walk away with the dub there. But no shame for a Mountain West Conference losing to a Pac-12 team.
A Pac-12 team who's my dark horse for the North.
There we go. So, I mean, do I think that Fresno State still wins the Mountain West? Yes, but I think that this takes them out of contention for winning the Mountain West and then getting any sort of national recognition for doing so.
I mean, if this is their only loss, they might sneak into like a New Year's Six, but with how good the Sunbelt is looking right now, they're going to get all the shine.
Yeah, if a team comes undefeated out of the Sunbelt, then that's going to be your team that ends up in like a New Year's Day 6 bowl.
Too bad it's going to be 2-loss Georgia State winning the Sunbelt.
Woo! Okay, I like it.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. And any big takeaways from college football at large?
I don't know. Just one overarching thing, which is, I think it's happening at the high school level that, more high schools are learning how to train elite athletes, and it's making the parity in college football so much better where anyone can lose to anyone, it feels like.
I just love, so the weeks that we kind of go in thinking we're like, oh, it'll be fine. There's a couple good games. Those games are always super chaotic and fun.
Yeah.
Week 2 was amazing. I'm hoping for another, every year, we hope for another like 2007.
Right.
Just absolute chaotic craziness in college football. And if Alabama would have lost to Texas, maybe we'd believe it. I still think there's like a 3-horse race with everyone else. But flat out, my favorite thing about college football is not the postseason. It's not talking about the postseason. It is the craziness that happens. All the videos coming out of Boone, North Carolina, after that win against Texas A&M, that's what makes college football great.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've got a big game to look forward to in a couple weeks. Also, I think it's going to be a fun game to look forward to this weekend with Arkansas playing Missouri State, the return of Bobby Petrino.
That's always fun.
Yeah,
I just love college football so much.
it's been good. It's been worth it. It's been good to us this year.
You ready to break down week 1 of NFL too?
Let's do it. Then we probably need to do a week of NFL picks too, don't we?
We do. We're gonna go real quick through these ones. So we had the Bills versus the Rams. Bills 31, Rams 10.
Murderfied.
Yeah,
Murdification.
Matt Stafford's shoulder not good.
No, it's not. And
he had surgery, so like it makes sense. But
how good does Josh Allen look? Those 2 interceptions weren't even his fault.
He looks real good.
Yeah.
Buffalo looks scary good. Saints 27, Falcons 26. Jameis's takeaway was pain. It's all pain everywhere. Move on.
So here's the deal is I think we might have found the offense for the year, and it's a hurry up. It's a hurry up offense because you can tell that there's offensive line problems whenever either that or the Atlanta defense is really good, but anytime they sent extra men, they were getting home or he was getting hurried, knocked down. And so as soon as they moved to like a hurry up where they couldn't keep running those blitzers, then Jameis picked him apart. Jameis looked really good in the fourth quarter, looked really good getting that victory.
Still got some Taysom in there?
Taysom, the Mormon Missile, he looked good on the gadget plays. I'll tell you what, Michael Thomas, as someone who was like, you know what, he costs too much, he's unreliable, trade Michael Thomas. I eat my words because he had an amazing game, as did Juice Landry, also looked great. He's got the weapons. I recently dropped Aaron Rodgers to pick up Jameis Winston on my fantasy team because Jameis has weapons.
I don't hate that because I had Aaron Rodgers in my lineup this week, and if it weren't for I had the Falcons kicker and I had the Steelers defense that carried me.
Yeah.
Absolutely carried me. Browns 26, Panthers 24. I was trying to back Baker here, and I had the Panthers in a couple different ones. It just didn't work out.
I did too.
Damn shame. Chicago Bears 19, 49ers 10. Trey Lance is not there yet.
No, he's not. He's far from it, but also let's take into account what the field looked like for the entire game, especially coming from San Francisco. I'm sure I don't know. I guess it rains a good amount in San Francisco.
Did you see, like in the stands, like it was just the stadium was like falling apart.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, don't read too much into that San Francisco loss.
No, I'm not gonna take too much away, but like he didn't look great. Steelers 23, Bengals 20.
Bengals. I thought you were supposed to have a new offensive line. What happened?
They still suck.
Apparently.
Still suck. But OT, and that's always fun.
Yeah. It's amazing that Joe Burrow can actually carry his teams to still possibly win these games when he's getting sacked like 7 times a game.
It's goddamn. I want him to have a better offensive line just so he survives.
Yeah, because he won't. He will not survive an entire season if he gets hit that much.
Eagles 38, Lions 35. Are the Lions just going to be the team that covers a bunch and is like feisty and still doesn't win games?
No, they're not. They're going to win some football games. You know why? This is my take on the Eagles, and that is that the Eagles, based on the personnel that they have, should be probably top 3 NFC team this year. I'm not sure who. I know one of the other ones is the Bucks. I don't know who the other team is quite yet, but they are a top 3 team. They will all shake out, and they are in the top 3.
I do have a long shot on Eagles are one of my long shots to win the NFC.
I love that ticket. I really do. They've got the people, and I think that Detroit is a good team. They just ran into a really good team, and I think that this outside of I think it's going to be a down year, really down year for the Packers. I know they did this last year. I still think it's going to be a down year because you know what? When he came back, he still had Devontae Adams. He still had Alan Lazard. He still had MVS. He still had all these players that are all gone now. Like, I'm sorry, but Randall Cobb is good. He's not that dude, though.
We'll see next week. He should have Lazard back.
And I'm not sure it makes all that big of a difference.
It might not. I don't know. Packers are a weird team. That's a weird division. I think it might come to weirdly enough, it might become between the Lions and the Vikings.
I think it will, honestly. I think those are the two teams that will be battling it out for the North.
Texans 20, Colts 20. Really would have loved the Texans to get the win here.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the time of the year where we really like betting ties too. Where were we on this one?
I don't know. I was on the Texans +7. I'll tell you that much because Frank Reich on the Colts has not won a week 1 yet. Has not won a week 1 game yet.
Good point.
Dolphins 20, Pats 7.
Trying not to read too much into this one.
Either way,
because for some reason,
New England stinks against the Dolphins for some reason.
Yeah, they always just have their number. It doesn't matter what the coaching staff is; they just
4 in a row.
So I'm not trying to read too much into it yet. But the Dolphins did look good. Mike McDaniels, I like how aggressive he is.
Yes, I do love that.
Also, I like him because he looks a lot like my friend Kurt and talks a lot like my friend Kurt.
Also, like Dolphins, I will read it. The Dolphins defense is good, but it's been good for like the last 3 years. Like that's
Dolphins
nothing new.
Good. The offense has the weapons. It's still a wait and see. Let's see if it's more than just them catching the Pats not being able to win in Miami.
So they're like 4 in a row against the Pats, and I don't think any team has ever done that against Belichick. It's weird.
You're probably right. Yeah,
it's weird, and I'm not going to read too much into it. Week 2 is going to be the real test because I think we play the Ravens.
Okay. And
Speaking
Lamar,
of which, Ravens
electric.
24, Jets 9.
Pay that man his money is all I got to say.
Lamar's really good. I don't know.
Yeah, if he does this for 16 weeks, you better. Oh man, he's gonna win multiple bags from the Ravens front office.
Yeah, and the Jets are the Jets, so
yeah,
whatever. Washington Commanders 28, Jaguars 22.
Carson Wentz effect is in effect.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to play at Philadelphia, by the way.
That's going to be great. There's going to be so many boos. I'm not going to take too much away from this game either. I think the Commanders are good-ish. Like, that's an interesting sort of division with them and the Eagles and the Cowboys, but not really the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Jacksonville's better. They're better than they were last year. It's hard to be worse.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Kansas City Chiefs 44, Cardinals 21. Hey, guess what? Pat Mahomes is still really fucking good.
Yeah, he is. I was thinking the other day that I might not have given them enough credit because I got to feel like the offense probably changed a little bit with Tyreek not there anymore, and also how they play against Kansas City. Remember with Kansas City last year, they had so much trouble because they just weren't allowing anything over the top. He's got some very underneath kind of receivers. And I mean, if they start relaxing and start covering teams that are taking the underneath, then I think he's got the players to start just banging them over the top.
I think the Chiefs are dangerous. I think they're still really good. And I still don't really love their defense, but the Cardinals just stink, I guess. Usually the Cardinals come off like slamming. They come off the gates heated, and they just didn't look great.
Yeah, someone who likes the Cardinals in that spot.
Yeah, same. Chargers 24, Raiders 19.
I was all over the Raiders there, but I don't think that the Raiders. I mean, you can't take anything away on the Raiders. I still think they'll be pretty good. Chargers.
I think both these teams are good.
Pretty good. I think everyone except for Denver is going to be good in the AFC West.
We'll see tonight. We will see tonight, my friend. I just think that's like the toughest division in the NFL.
Yeah, hands down. More talent in that division than anywhere else in the NFL.
So it's hard to take away too much because like those teams someone has to win. Minnesota Vikings 23, Packers 7. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Packers not good, but also Minnesota pretty good. This was a non-primetime game, so like take that for what you will. Yeah. I think the Packers will be all right. It's hard not to have faith in Aaron Rodgers. I don't know.
I mean, I have faith in Aaron Rodgers, but I don't have faith that he's got anyone to complete the ball to. I think they need to make this a completely Aaron Jones-centric offense.
Do you think they trade for Odell?
If Odell's out there, I would. I mean, is he still a Rams property?
I think he's a free agent once he gets healthy.
give him. I mean, I would say once he's ready to work out, bring him in for a workout and see what he looks like. And if he's still anything close to the old Odell, then it would behoove them to sign him. I don't know if that's somewhere he wants to go, though. And I think that dictates a little bit more.
I know he wants to go like a Super Bowl team, and I think with like a really good receiver, they could be. That defense is still really good.
I think it would have to be year 2 of Odell and Aaron together.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think he could just come in off that knee injury and just take games over.
Yeah, I don't know. Green Bay's in a weird spot. New York Football Giants 21, Tennessee Titans 20.
The return of Quadzilla.
Dude, Saquon's so good.
Dude, man, if he is legitimately the like rookie Saquon, if he's playing like that, and it looks like he
Giants are dangerous.
Giants are dangerous. Yeah.
Tennessee, it's whatever. Just keep going. You might be all right.
Yeah. As a King Henry owner, tough day.
Yeah,
I would have been fine. I would have won my matchup this week. Now I'm sweating 3 points from DK. I can't let DK Metcalf score more than 3 points to win. And I'll tell you, it's a tough feeling, and especially when you have your running backs do absolutely nothing, and you've got fucking Derrick Henry.
Kamara let me down a little bit.
I've got Derrick Henry and the Crop Top Crusader, and both were just But
McCaffrey was all right. McCaffrey was good for me.
I do think there's a lot of upside for Zeke now that Dak's out for an extended period.
I think there's a bunch of upside for him and Pollard.
Both, yeah, hands down.
Speaking of which, Tampa Bay Bucks 19, Cowboys 3.
Cowboys were just bad, man.
They are bad.
I had a feeling that they were going to have this kind of season whenever they let Amari Cooper go, and then Michael Gallup still injured, and they just really never addressed.
They let a bunch of players go, and didn't replace any of them. They let offensive linemen go. They let receivers go. Why?
Then they let studs on defense go, too. So I mean, I think. I don't know. It maybe feels like in hindsight that with the amount of wide receiver talent in the draft, maybe they should have taken a flyer in the first round.
Wouldn't have hurt. Wouldn't have hurt. I don't know. They stink. And then tonight we have the Broncos versus the Seahawks.
What you got?
I don't know, man. That's a gross game. I'll take Denver.
I'm on under 43.5. I've got Seattle +6. And then I've got Tyler Lockett +220 as an anytime touchdown scorer.
Oh, +220 is anytime? I'm going to do, oh, God. What about first touchdown score?
I would honestly think that that's going to be a running back on either side.
Javonte Williams, Rashad Penny. Melvin Gordon, 9-1. Noah Fant. I hate all these. I hate all these plays. I'm not doing it. Gross. I'm not touching this game.
Okay.
Gross.
I got mine. I'm locked in.
Gross. You what week were we on the NFL? 16 or 17?
I believe we're on 16. We doubled up last time.
Yeah, we have 14 and 15. So you want to just do... We have 3 weeks left. Jesus Christ. Let's just do one. We'll double up next week.
Let's go.
Okay. Thursday night, Jacksonville versus the New York Jets. I got to take Jacksonville.
I'm going to take Jacksonville as well. I'm going to go
Although I believe Sam, he'll be back. Zach Wilson will be back easily by this point. Falcons at the Ravens. I'm on the Ravens.
Give me the Falcons in an upset.
I like it. Lions at the Panthers. I'm going to take the Lions.
Lions also.
Bills at the Bears. I'm at the
Bills.
Saints at the Browns. I'm going to take the Saints.
Saints
Deshaun will be back. I think this is the week Deshaun comes back.
Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, he starts week 16.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking of week 2 for some reason. Okay. Yeah, because we were just talking week 1. I'm still going to take the Falcon or the I'm
going to take the Saints.
Yeah.
Seahawks at the Chiefs. I'm on the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Giants at the Vikings. 1 p.m. I'm taking the Vikings.
I'm going to go Giants.
The Bengals at the Patriots. Interesting.
I'm going to go Bengals. I'm going to go
Bengals too. Texans at the Titans. I'm going to go Texans.
Titans.
I like it. Washington Commanders at the San Francisco 49ers. Niners for me as well. Eagles at the Cowboys. I'm on the Eagles.
Eagles.
And then the Raiders at the Steelers. I'm going to take the Steelers for Sunday Night Football. For
Raiders.
Saturday. Oh, we're playing on Saturday games, by the way.
Raiders.
Sunday, the Packers at the Dolphins. Give me the fucking Dolphins. Give it to me. That defense is going to own those receivers.
Dolphins.
The Broncos at the Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Rams. The Bucks at the Cardinals. I'm going to take the Bucks.
I'm going to go with the Bucks also.
Monday Night Football. Chargers at the Colts. It's a good game. I'm going to take the Chargers.
I'm going to go with the Colts. I feel like Frank Reich gets them rolling a little bit late, so maybe they're rolling at this point trying to scrap out a playoff berth.
He very well could. And I think Matty Ice is like pretty decent. Also, we would be one to mention the Saints have a chance to make history this year by beating every Bird team. I saw that.
Yes.
They play the Cardinals, the Ravens, the Eagles, and the Falcons.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, fuck Birds is all I got to say.
You'd be the only team to ever do it if you do it.
It's time. It's time it happened. This has been going on for too long.
It's about damn time, my man Chase. That's the show. That's the Jimnasium. Thank you all for watching. What do you got going on in life?
Oh man, you can always find me being abrasive on Twitter @of Oaklawn. And check out my horse racing pod, the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And then we got the Zed Run. So I don't just talk actual horses, I talk digital horses, baby, with our boy Scotty Bowser and Blake Meyer, our Sultan of Speed. So check those out.
Definitely check those out. Y'all know where to find me at XFL Jim on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. I got a lot going on in life on YouTube, all over the garage. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We will be back again next week to give our thoughts on all things football and whatever the else fuck we talk about. Kisses.